Hello everyone, I'm Greg Otto with FedScoop TV, and we're here at the Data Innovation Summit today, and I'm talking with Jon Bakke, the Executive Vice President of MarkLogic. John, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So, open data, big data, enterprise agility, a lot of buzzwords being thrown around in the public sector. Is it a lot of noise, or does it signify some progress?
I think it signifies some progress. The industry, both commercially and in the public sector, really taking a different look at how they handle and monetize or leverage data to perform a mission, whether they're commercial or public sector. Data is at the heart of ingenuity and innovation that's driving a different way to do business, whether it's at a bank or in a government agency.
So, with culture change, goes hand in hand with the technology changes as well. How does the government implement a culture change to get to a point where it's open data by default?
Well, I think they're already doing that. I mean, I think you see open data initiatives now emerging. Most of the government customers that I meet, they want more data coming from within the public sector, government, but they also want to get it out of the private sector, which is really difficult to do because most of the data is then proprietary or it has some value back to the company that may own it. So when I look at it from a cultural perspective, the public sector is really out in front of the private sector on this, just because of their motives and what their intentions are with data. But where they lag is, frankly, is getting to market or getting to mission with systems and services that enable that data to become valuable to their constituency.
Where do you see mobile fitting into this? How can mobile help improve government services or improve interagency collaboration with respect to data?
I think it's all over, it's ubiquitously needed across all flavors of government, whether it's on the intel side all the way through services in the civilian sector. Without mobile, you're almost irrelevant because that's the way people consume data most of the time now. I think that if you're an international organization, it's the most simple way to get information and data both to and from your constituency out in the world. We had one customer on stage at the summit today who deals with 190 countries, and many of those are countries that are not well developed, but they have modern mobile systems, and everybody carries a cell phone.
The World Bank.
Yeah,
right.
even if they're in a third world country. So it becomes the primary source of communication with respect to data and voice, but data in particular in this conversation, to that constituency. It simplifies the interface to data back because you have a limited amount of space on the screen, so you can actually become really pointed in how you communicate data and the service that's provided to those people. It's a great advancement. Data's the tools for getting data into a condition that's readily usable by the masses, that's the hard part, and I think that's where you see a lot of innovation right now.
So finally, where do you think the expertise is needed for future generations of IT workers that come into the public sector with relationship data?
That's a great question. I think there's still a tremendous need for technical resources. The skills and tooling is changing. Where it used to be everybody would learn SQL so that they could do data. Now you have to learn algorithms in languages like R. You have to be familiar with the inner workings of databases that are more attributable to a big data world. And the languages and the uses are different. The tooling is a little different, but there's still a tremendous amount of need for those people, whether they're sort of the old guard of relational technology or newer technologies for dealing with that. So I see the languages and the technology being a key area. It's a great place to invest your career. There's still a tremendous dearth of resources to fill the chasm of what's needed. But so on the business side, you have to break away from the standard and traditional tools because those tools are geared towards using relational technologies which can't and aren't engineered or architected for handling unstructured data of various types that needs a transformative technology in order to enable it to yield the types of intelligence or data information that you need out of it. So the way we think about data now is that we have to be able to put data into a database and get the answer out, whereas historically all of this engineering and extraction and transformation and loading techniques had to be implemented, and by the time all of that technology was implemented, it was too late for that answer to mean anything. So really the speed in which we can get that information out of a lot of heterogeneous and different data, that's where you're seeing a lot of the business transform, whether it's in the public sector or the private sector.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Well, thanks for joining us, John. I really appreciate what you're hearing about. I'm very happy with everything that I've heard today at the summit as well.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it.
For all of our videos, you can check out our YouTube channel, and for more information, you can check out FedScoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.